In the early years of the 20th century, the lawless Old West was in its death throes, as it was crushed by the twin forces of encroaching governmental regulation and new technologies.
What is it with these things? Hello?
Rockstar Games set out to capture the essence of the West in their first open-world game set in a rural environment. Red Dead Redemption. The game attempts to foster a unique sense of organic gameplay and exploration, along with a powerful narrative and a huge cast of characters. One of the goals when designing the game was to create a seamless blend of action and discovery, where things can happen unexpectedly at any time. In order to make the game's rural setting work, the artists and designers needed to build an environment that looks organic and believable and teems with life, to ensure the player is presented with ever-changing opportunities for things to do and interact with, should they choose. The world of Red Dead Redemption encompasses a massive territory with 3 unique regions, each made up of towns and outposts populated by hundreds of unique characters, with their own personality characteristics and accents.
I never stole nothing, sir. Never did, not in all my life.
And eats the man, partner. And eats it.
It is the story of partially reformed outlaw John Marston, on the trail tracking down the remaining members of his former gang. After a period searching in the U.S., he ventures south of the border into a volatile region of Mexico named Nuevo Paraiso, a dusty border area, the kind of place revolutions ferment. Careful attention was paid to the physics, from the muscles and movements of the horses, to the proprietary technology used for synthesizing animations on the fly. The world is full of items, treasures, and weapons, with a thriving economy. Merchants will buy and sell. Treasure maps acquired days earlier will point you to unique geographic features. Sheriffs will post bounties, and you can ride out and track down outlaws. Besides getting a reward for helping, every action will affect John's honor and how he interacts with other characters. Your honor can quickly go up or down depending on how you choose to behave, rescuing travelers from bandits, capturing escaped prisoners. Choosing to take a criminal alive rather than killing them will increase your honor. But you're also free to take the dishonorable side in any dispute. Kill the prisoners, help the bandits, steal some horses, and your honor will plummet. But you might get a good deal wealthier in the process. While in Mexico, Marston soon comes across charismatic rebel soldier Abraham Reyes.
I'm going to be the next president of Mexico.
A would-be messiah who hopes to lead his people in a courageous and foolhardy insurrection against the Mexican army. It's one of many spectacular battles in the game, requiring proficiency of pistol, sniper rifle, and even cannon. That, and a chance to use the Deadeye targeting system. Rockstar Games' ambition for Red Dead Redemption was to create a world that feels as vast as the West itself. A world that literally stretches on for miles, across valleys, deserts, mountains, and rivers, and over borders. This world would illustrate the struggle for survival that was a part of everyday life on the frontier, as the American West underwent a violent transition from the ways of old to modern times. And Mexico entered a prolonged period of bloody civil war. To help create a living, breathing world, hundreds of characters were created with unique personalities, dialects, and professions. In West Elizabeth, the region to the north, the fast-growing modern town of Blackwater teems with life. A thriving port, it is at the heart of the Industrial Revolution. Head even further north, and you'll encounter lush, mountainous regions with forests, snow, and big game, including bears. To the west, in New Austin, there are dusty plains and plateaus. This was one of the last frontier regions at this time. And it is a dangerous place full of struggling ranchers fighting to survive, alongside rustlers, bandits, outlaws, and con men preying on people's stupidity.
Round up your men, let's get the herd.
Marston can herd cattle, use the lasso to capture and break wild horses, gamble, drink,
Fill me up, partner.
protect ranches at night from rustlers, and hunt. Hunting was a vital means of survival in the West. Animals will prey on one another, or sometimes you or your horse. After a successful kill, animals can be skinned and traded for goods.
Ain't no survivors here, Marshal.
After a bloody shootout, buzzards will appear looking for carrion. Taking one out unlocks sharpshooter challenges. Completion of such challenges unlocks new items for the player.
Hey, gringo. ¿Hablas español?
South of the border in Mexico lies the region of Nuevo Periso, where the large disparity of income between rich and poor has led the people to the brink of revolution. To cover this vast terrain, Marston can travel by horse, or for faster travel, stagecoach or train. The behavior and physics of the horses was a key focus of the game. Players can summon their horse at any time. Upgrading to different breeds will increase speed and stamina. Newspapers keep the player informed of things happening across the world. And at the end of each day, Marston can pitch camp or join another campfire and hear news and rumors from throughout the region.
Fella's gun locked up on him. Grizzly pinned him to the ground with one paw.
This was a world still lit mostly by fire. A world of violence, survival, war. Of the modern world and government encroaching bit by bit. This is what life in the West was like. Red Dead Redemption is a vast, epic adventure in which John Marston doesn't stay in one place for very long. But as players travel across the West and into Mexico, they soon realize that life here is a fight to survive. And there is danger lurking around every corner. While traveling from one town to another, the player may stumble upon gang hideouts, or meet overzealous lawmen attacking anti-government protesters, or just some crazy hermits.
Why don't you stay a while?
Sometimes it's just you in a fight. At other times, you may have an army at your disposal. In the West, gangs sometimes overrun decrepit towns. Kill everyone, and it becomes a ghost town. While on the highway, roadside bandits are a threat, and people you meet will ask for your protection.
I've been marooned out here.
Equally, criminals with bounties on their heads can be tracked down for ransom.
Try not to fall off.
Sometimes, you may be asked to stop mob justice. In an atmosphere of revolutionary turmoil and social unrest, hangings and shootings are an ever-present reality, and opportunistic criminals are often preying on the weak. How you choose to respond to these events is up to you. You may intervene or walk on by. The deeds you do and the way you dress impact upon your fame and your honor, and how people of the world react to you, either treating you with respect
Hey, how's it going?
or challenging you to duels. As your fame grows, when you enter a town, local tough guys are more likely to want to make a name for themselves by challenging a man such as you to a duel. Dueling has its own set of challenges. Draw first and you'll have more time, but your shots will be less accurate. Draw later and you'll have less time, but your accuracy will improve. Again, it's up to you to pick the way you want to play. Committing a crime increases the bounty on your head. However, strategic use of a bandana will prevent others from recognizing you and ensure your wanted meter goes down faster. Players can never let their guard down. A seemingly innocent encounter can turn deadly when you least expect it. Life in the West was unforgiving. Violence was a constant presence. From intervening in a roadside execution, to chasing down a stolen wagon, to becoming embroiled in a deadly gunfight. The goal of Red Dead Redemption is to push the boundaries of the open world game. Engage the player with constant action and opportunity, and tell the story of a world losing both its innocence and its freedom. Red Dead Redemption is set in the years leading up to the First World War, as the mythical Wild West comes to an end and modern society begins to take root across the world. The American frontier gave way to farmland and towns. New technologies transformed communities, but few innovations facilitated change like the advancement of weapons technology.
You getting cute with me, boy?
Calm down.
Laborious hand-packed muskets gave way to lever-action repeater rifles. Single-shot pistols were replaced by the revolver. The first, terrifying machine guns appeared, a weapon that rained death and would transform armed conflict forever. These are the weapons of Red Dead Redemption. Weapons of the period were meticulously researched. Besides a wide array of revolvers to choose from, players may also buy highly sought-after machine pistols.
Thank you, sir.
Sniper rifles, first popularized in the American Civil War, can take out rebels at a distance. For short-range conflict, players can use a shotgun. For high damage, Marston can wield a buffalo rifle, which inflicts catastrophic injury to man or beast.
Take cover!
When facing multiple enemies, players can utilize a Gatling gun. But if no gun is available, older weapons, like a knife or fire bottle, will suffice. Equally, the tactical use of dynamite can quickly turn the tide in battle. The technology behind Red Dead Redemption's highly detailed gunplay and real-time physical reactions is powered by a hybrid of Rockstar Games' proprietary Rage physics engine and Natural Motion's Euphoria character behavior system. It brings dynamic motion synthesis to gameplay, assigning real physics to enemies who will ride the true momentum of a gunshot. Every impact is uniquely created by the game engine. Where death isn't the goal,
Ease up there, friend.
Marston can also strategically place shots to wound enemies, who will limp or crawl away based on where they were shot. Although Red Dead Redemption is an epic open-world adventure, at its core is a strong shooting mechanic, built around the Deadeye targeting system. Deadeye has 3 levels. Initially, players are able to slow down the action for faster response in gunfights. The next level paints targets as the reticule passes over enemies. More experienced players can place the shots individually to devastating effect. From roadside skirmishes to full-scale epic gunfights, the weapons of Red Dead Redemption are part of the effort by Rockstar Games to deliver the most immersive, technologically advanced, and highly playable open-world games. When designing Red Dead Redemption's multiplayer experience, Rockstar set out to make it as engaging as the single-player campaign and reinvent the idea of open-world online gaming. The product of this ambition is Red Dead Redemption's Free Roam. While many multiplayer titles confine gameplay to a small single level, in Free Roam, the enormous single-player game world is open and available to explore. This is your game lobby. You can ride across the plains, encounter other players in gang hideouts, or join organized games and challenges. Players can go out on their own or band together to form posses. Comprised of up to 8 people, your posse can explore separately or together. Take out other posses, fight criminals or the law. Jump into a group activity, such as a traditional multiplayer deathmatch at any time, or maybe just go on a gentle hunt together. Scattered throughout the map are hunting areas where waves of animals will attack you and your posse members. Or you can explore the world and hunt elusive animals. When a leader forms a posse, they can set waypoints for the gang to head to. If they jump into a skirmish, the posse can join in the fray. Several posses can fight at once, with up to 16 players battling it out wherever and however they choose. While playing free roam, posses can also attack gang hideouts, which are multi-part team-based challenges, or become an outlaw and evade law enforcement. Completing these kinds of challenges gives the player experience points. There are 50 levels in free roam, and the experience points meter tracks your progression. With experience, you will level up and unlock better weapons and mounts, new characters, titles, and challenges. From riding across the plains with a posse to attack a town full of outlaws, or going solo to take down targets, the free roam in Red Dead Redemption is attempting to change the concept of multiplayer in open-world games. But free roam is just one aspect of Red Dead Redemption's multiplayer. The multiplayer of Red Dead Redemption begins here, across windswept plains, riding through mossy pine forests, parched deserts, and snow-capped mountain ranges. During competitive play, Rockstar Games wanted to combine the excitement of conventional multiplayer shooters with the unique spirit and mechanics of a third-person open-world game set in the American West. Matches begin with something new, a classic Mexican standoff. If you're the last man standing at the end of the bloodshed, make your way to the best sniper location. Each mode is a Western version of a classic multiplayer game, based around a particular town or geographical feature, all of which have been specially designed for the purpose. You can enter these games at specific markers, or via a playlist selected by a posse member. Shootout is a deathmatch. A pistol or rifle is handy, but a fire bottle makes even quicker work of opponents. Gang shootout brings your posse into play. Teamwork is key, whether it's flanking a rival posse on horseback or having a friend man a Gatling gun. Hold Your Own is a classic team-based capture the flag, where each team has one base and one bag of gold. A match set in DS Coronas requires both equestrian and shooting skills to cover the vast distances between bases. Other locations are more intimate. In Gold Rush, multiple bags of gold are scattered around the area. But be warned, bags of gold are heavy. Even one will slow you down, while two will leave you at a big disadvantage. In Grab the Bag, a single bag appears. Team members grab it and return to base. That is, if a cannon doesn't get to you first. That's why it's good to have a friend who is proficient with a rifle. Certain crates scattered throughout the world upgrade weapons, top off ammo, or fill your Deadeye meter. Deadeye won't slow time down, but it will let you paint targets on multiple enemies for quick kills. Complete weapons challenges with tiers of kills and headshots, and get a golden version of that weapon, perfect for the outlaw with a certain style. Whether exploring the vast landscapes with your posse, taking down another posse, or going at it solo, the multiplayer of Red Dead Redemption brings a whole new way to experience the game.